And with that, we welcome you into the Moore Fitness Center here in Columbia, South Carolina for a crosstown rivalry. Inside the AAC tonight, it's Columbia College taking on Columbia International. The Koalas up against the Rams tonight, and a matchup of terrific mascots. Besides that, we're expecting good basketball as well. These two schools separated by just 3.5 miles from each other, going head-to-head for the second time this season. You look back at their first meeting in late November, it was Columbia International edging out a 64-62 win on the road that saw two missed shots in the final 7 seconds from Columbia College in the loss. It will be Columbia College basketball to get things underway, and their leading scorer, Carnasia Wells, will look to get the offense rolling early. Wells lifting up an early three off the back iron as Trawick crashing the boards. Rams trying to work quickly in transition and hoping their speed can be a benefactor here tonight. Trawick nearly had an inside look but had to kick it back out. Neat on the straightaway, off the mark. Morgan on the drive, had it poked away and stolen, now in the hands of Brown. Madison Hatcher, this team's leading three-point shooter, did not have a three-point made shot in their last meeting, looking to see if she can maybe get some rhythm here tonight. Quinnica Howard, though, from the left side. Trawick crashing the boards hard, couldn't quite contain the rebound. Morgan driving baseline. Howard nearly poking it away, but Columbia College able to recover. Three ball up and through for Winter Webb. The senior out of Alpharetta, Georgia, knocks down this game's first bucket with 8:29 left in our first quarter. Trawick at the top of the key. Now 9 to shoot for Howard. Working around the screen, she pulls up for the long-range jumper, and Quinnica Howard puts 2 in the books and cuts the deficit down to 1 still early on. Talking with head coach Danielle Fleming pregame, and she and I really both agree that Quinnica Howard is one of those dark horses that you forget about on the floor a lot. Really the superstar of this team is Zion Neat, to go along with Dania Heston as well. And then you have your bigs like Hannah Trawick and Zonnie Thompson on the interior. You have your three-point specialist in Madison Hatcher, your defensive specialist, and players like Brittany Brown and Larissa Lee and Kanaya Watkins even. So where does Quinnica Howard fit into all of that? Well, she's really the floor general and the best facilitator this team has. When she's out on the floor, Coach Fleming says, just feels calm. Everything just goes smoothly when Queen is out there. Howard trying to kick it inside. Instead, it's kicked back out by Jordan Morgan for a kick ball. Rams possession, 24 on the shot clock. Hatcher working around a screen. Now trying to penetrate the paint. She lifts a shot in the air and is able to find the bottom of the net. Madison Hatcher, what a tremendous freshman season she's had, averaging over 11 points a game. Surely to find her way on the AAC's all-freshman team in the postseason accolades. A long two-pointer in the air for Jordan Morgan. The first Columbia College player not named Winter Webb to knock down a bucket comes off the hands of Morgan. And Columbia up top by 5. 7:03 left in this first quarter. A pair of substitutions now checking in for the Koalas, as Sharp and Morgan step aside. We see Jayla Adams along with Danasia Jackson see their first game minutes. Wells looking to drive, still not finding her first points today as the team's leading scorer at over 18 a game. Kick out pass now, Hatcher from the left corner. Columbia International continues to struggle from the field, starting out now just 2 of 6. Jackson with the right hand. Rebound, poked back out to Hatcher. Watkins driving hard with the left hand, just off the front of the rim for Kanaya Watkins. And the Rams just hoping their shots will fall at some point. It's Wells fouled hard on the other end by a frustrated Watkins, whose layup fell short on the previous possession. One substitution for Columbia International. It's Zonnie Thompson checking in for Hannah Trawick. Meanwhile, Watkins picking up her first, as well as the first team foul for the Rams. Wells at the line, just a sophomore out of Sumter, South Carolina. Had been shooting 68% from the stripe this season. And what a tremendous sophomore campaign she's had, starting all 18 contests this year for the Koalas. Fresh off of a season-high 35-point game at Johnson in conference play over the weekend. Just 1 for 3 on that trip to the free throw line for Wells, but that does put her in the scorebook for the first time tonight. Watkins trying to force the pass inside. It's poked back out by Nyla Jackson. And now that's 4 turnovers across the last 2 minutes for Columbia International. Webb working around her defender. But now we see why. Nyla Jackson whistled for the offensive foul and the illegal screen. That'll be her first. The team's first foul as well. Brookover stepping aside with Winter Webb. Brookover stepping aside with Haley Doctor, a sophomore out of Charlotte, coming off the bench for the first time this evening. Neat looking to drive. Really, you typically go up there with the left hand. Neat changed possessions, changed hands, if you will, instead of going up with the right, trying to draw that contact from Doctor. And indeed, she does just that. Zion Neat, talented sophomore out of Cedar Park, Texas, knocks down her first. Doctor, that's just her first personal and second team foul. Neat, a 65% shooter from the line this season. Her first 2 points tonight. Draws the Rams within 4. That full court pressure that Danielle Fleming loves to put teams on. Thompson with a deflection. Into the hands now of Watkins, and she's fouled. Carnasia Wells picking up her first personal, and now third team foul for Columbia College. And head coach James Black is not too happy with his sophomore start. Meanwhile, Morgan back on the floor for Jackson. Neat step back straight away. Columbia International. Buckets spread out among 3 scorers, Hatcher, Neat, and Howard, all with 2 points apiece. Wells weaving her way through traffic, but can't quite get it over Thompson as it bounces off the back iron. Shovel pass to Neat. Hatcher, the offensive board, deflected by Jackson. Just pinballing out off the hand of Watkins. Three ball too strong from Winter Webb. And now Columbia International looking for their first made shots in the last 3 minutes. There it is. Kanaya Watkins, her first trifecta of the night, makes this a 1-point game. Wells attacking the basket hard is going to draw the contact from Zani Thompson. That'll be her first. The second team foul for CIU. A pair of subs on the floor for the Rams. Jordan McQueen, Mariah Leinbach seeing their first game minutes off the bench. Meanwhile, Neat and Hatcher step aside. Also, we'll see a pair of subs check in for Columbia College. Dynasia Jackson and Peyton Brookhover both return to the floor. Meanwhile, Doctor and Webb step aside. Wells have been a 68% shooter from the line this season coming into tonight. After that make, she is now 2 of 5. Can Columbia International potentially tie this game up in first quarter action? Watkins, the jumper just beyond the free throw line, too strong. Wells trying to take this game into her own hands, but she is still yet to make a bucket tonight. Columbia College leaning on other figures outside of their leading scorer. Thompson with 10 to shoot. Rebound poked out, and it'll stay CIU possession with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Carnasia Wells going to step aside, hoping for an offensive reset in this time away. Winter Webb returns to the floor. Quick inbounds to Howard, and before her feet come back to the ground, she knocks down her second bucket tonight and ties this game up at 11. Jackson, missed layup on the other end. Second chance won't go for Columbia. And after consecutive offensive rebounds, Jackson is fouled on her second shot attempt. Leinbach, the guilty party, picking up her first and the third team foul. Referee's going to signal that the foul was whistled on the floor prior to the last shot. This will be Columbia College basketball underneath their own baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Right back inside to Jackson, who goes off the window. Nyla Jackson, the true freshman from right here in Columbia. She understands this rivalry extremely well, growing up right over at Ridgeview High School. And now she dons the purple and white and gets to experience this matchup twice a year, with both schools members of the AAC now. 2:43 left in our opening quarter. Columbia College up by 2, ahead of CIU. Webb chucking up a 3 ball. Not there. Leinbach crashing the boards hard and quickly turning around in transition, looking to go coast to coast. You heard the contact. Leinbach going to head to the line. Not too often you see a true freshman like Leinbach grab the board, quickly pace herself up the sidelines, weave through some traffic in midcourt, and try to draw the contact on her attack of the rim. Thompson heading to the sidelines for CIU as Hannah Trawick returns to the floor. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jackson now on the sidelines. We see Brianna Sharp, who started tonight's game, return to action. Leinbach makes 1 of 2. And that leaves Columbia College with a 13-12 lead coming up on the 2-minute mark. Brookhover from downtown. Peyton Brookhover. Not a better time to get your first points than in a close call here in the first quarter. Watkins deflected out of bounds by Sharp, her first block tonight. And just as Columbia College starts to grow their lead once again, their star returns to the floor. Carnasia Wells averaging over 18 points a game, one of the best scorers in the conference. Here tonight, though, just 2 points, both from the free throw line. She's 0 for 4 from the field. Off of the McQueen miss, now in the hands of Wells. Columbia College just 2 for their last 12 from the floor. Brookover looking to score on consecutive possessions. Too strong off the backboard. Watkins finds a lane, attacks and scores. Kanaya Watkins now with 5 points. She leads the Rams as they're back within 2. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's Trewick. The rejection out of bounds off the hand of Webb. 1:08 left in our opening quarter. Watkins to the sidelines. Quinnica Howard back on the floor. Quick straightaway three from Wells, banking it in. Carnasia Wells. It only took nearly 9 minutes, but the Koalas' top scorer has her first bucket tonight. .48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Larissa Lee's first shot attempt. Takes one hop and through. Now a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. In the corner to Morgan with 15 to shoot. She can't hold on to it. That'll be a turnover with under 24 seconds left, which means Columbia International can hold for that last shot of the quarter if their heart's intent says so. Howard, Linebach, McQueen, Trewick, and Larissa Lee, the 5 Rams on the floor for this final possession. McQueen looking to penetrate. Poked out of bounds, stays Rams basketball. 7.7 seconds left. Columbia College leading 19 to 16. McQueen to inbounds on their own baseline. Trying to get it into Howard. Wells with the steal. 3, 2, now 1 second left, lifting a 3 ball in the air. That'll be the end of our first quarter. Columbia College takes a 19 to 16 lead into the second quarter and is led by Winter Webb with a game-high 7 points. We'll be back for more AAC women's basketball action on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center for second quarter action. Columbia College in the crosstown rivalry leading CIU 19 to 16. You look back at that first quarter, both teams shooting 32% from the field and really a well evenly matched quarter. The difference maker early on, Columbia College with the strongest lead of 6, leading 10 to 4, and really it was CIU having to battle back from there. Carnasia Wells, 5 points in that first quarter, along with Winter Webb 7 to lead the Koalas. Brookover nearly has it poked away by Linebach, recovered by Morgan. Now in the corner, 3 ball up and through for Winter Webb, now in double digits. It's a Chicago State University transfer. Puts this game up early. The Koalas leading 22-16, just a minute gone by in this second quarter. Outlet to Howard from three. Linebach, though, crashing the offensive boards. Deflected by Sharp. Now the Koalas in transition. Webb, who's feeling hot from outside, sends one off the back iron. .8:36 left now in this second quarter. We take a look at the AAC conference standings, and these two teams not having the seasons they would love to have. CIU currently 11th in the AAC, 9-13 overall, and 7-10 in the conference. Meanwhile, Columbia College at 13th in the conference with a 3-16 overall record and a 3-15 mark in league play. But you look at how top-heavy the AAC is and some of its early leaders, and of course you have to look at the nationally ranked, undefeated Bryan College. 24-0 on the season are the Lions to go along with a 19-0 AAC mark. Neat looking to get hot from three, knocking it through. Zion Neat draws the Rams back within three with under 8 to play here in the first half. Brianna Sharp's pass sails over everyone's head out of bounds. Mariah Linebach, Quanika Howard, Zion Neat, Hannah Trawick, and Madison Hatcher. The 5 Rams on the floor looking to try to battle back in this game. Hatcher on the drive is fouled. It's Jordan Morgan, the Graniteville, South Carolina native, picking up her first, and the first team foul for Columbia College. Hatcher stepping to the line, shooting 73% this season from the free throw line. One of 2 on that trip. Now in the hands of Carnasia Wells in a 2-point game. Morgan loses her handle. Up and over the top now to Linebach in transition. Layup just rolling off the front side, and the Rams' slow offensive start continues. Now just 7 of 26 from the field for 27% on the game. Hatcher picking up the foul, and that's her first. First team foul for the Rams here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Koalas looking for their first bucket in over 2 minutes. Into the hands of Webb as Jackson rips the rebound away from Neat, still loose. And somehow Jackson was able to find a teammate. Inside, after crashing the boards, this time she goes off the window for the bucket. Howard up and off the mark. And once again, CIU going to head to the free throw line. Already attempted 9 shots from the stripe tonight. 6:32 left in this second quarter. One substitution. It's Brittany Brown back on the floor for Linebach. Meanwhile, we have a Columbia College timeout. Koalas up 24-20. With under 7 to play here in the first half. We'll be back in moments on the CIU Sports Network. Under 7 minutes left in our first half tonight here inside the Moore Fitness Center. Columbia College on top of CIU 24-20 with Quanika Howard at the free throw line with 2 shot attempts. Her first shot kisses nearly every inch of the rim before bouncing out. The Rams just 2 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. Rattling out, her second shot does as well. Up and one. Jordan Morgan with an opportunity at a three-point play as Brittany Brown picks up her first personal foul. And second team foul. Morgan, a 93% free throw shooter this season, cannot knock down her first of the night. Neat still looking to get hot from the field. Driving up and one once again. Zion Neat trying to respond on the other end with a three-point play of her own. Nyla Jackson picking up her third personal foul here in this second quarter. With Neat's made free throw, this is a three-point game as we approach the 6-minute mark left in the first half. Loose ball, Brown picks it up the floor to Watkins, and her speed is going to get buckets, opportunities at every single moment, but Watkins, the second time tonight, she hasn't been able to complete that transition shot. Brown, though, yet another steal. Up the floor to Watkins. Hesitated on the pass before being whistled for the travel. 5:40 left here in the second quarter. Pair of substitutions now on the floor for Columbia College. As Jackson and Sharp step aside, Brookover along with Doctor return to the floor. Webb, who leads all scorers with 10, kicks inside to Doctor. Morgan nearly stripped by Brown, but she's going to be whistled on the reach with 11 on the shot clock. Brittany Brown, her second. And now third team foul. Quick sub in for Brown is Jordan McQueen. Pass intercepted by Quanika Howard. 3 straight possessions. The Rams have forced a turnover. Inside a jump ball whistle. Possession arrow points the way of Columbia College. Webb working around a screen. Neat crashing the boards. Stripped by Wells. It's 1v1. Wells and Howard driving and stripped by Quanika Howard. She wins that battle and forces the 5th straight turnover. Watkins ready to attack the basket. Prior to that, stepping her back foot on the sidelines out of bounds. Neat and Trewick to the sidelines. Meanwhile, Zani Thompson, Mariah Linebach return to the floor. Across the way, Columbia College sees Carnasia Wells head to the bench. Donasia Jackson subbing in. Trying to go inside of Jackson on the cut. Path a little bit too in front of her out of bounds with 4:21 left in this first half. These two teams really going back and forth on the turnover battle and forcing them. Columbia College forcing 4 straight turnovers of CIU, vice versa, CIU forcing 5 straight turnovers for Columbia College. Thompson, the straightaway 3, too strong. Watkins trying to save the possession, nearly comes away with a steal. Brookover trying to start and stop, whistled for the travel. Nyla Jackson back on the floor with 3 fouls. Haley Doctor to the sidelines. McQueen fouled by Jackson. That's going to be Nyla Jackson's 4th personal foul already in this first half. Jackson now with 4 personals. Gonna have to sit for a while. The referee's now awaiting adjustment of the shot clock. 19 seconds are what's posted. In for Jackson, though, is Brianna Sharp. Linebach, the spin move jumper, off the mark. Out of bounds, it'll stay Columbia College basketball with 11 on the shot clock. Still a 3-point game. We're looking for our first points from either team in almost 3 minutes. As here as of late, the two have combined for 10 straight turnovers. Brookover, not there. Howard trying to break the cold streak. Deflected out of bounds by Webb. Meanwhile, for Columbia College, Jordan Morgan going to head to the sidelines as Carnasia Wells returns to the floor. Howard, 3-ball up. Just short. McQueen, though, the offensive board. And after the foul, she has a chance. 2 free throws. .253 left in this first half. Broke over to the sidelines. For the first time tonight, we see Katira Brabham, the junior out of Bamberg, South Carolina. Due to Nyla Jackson having 4 personal fouls, head coach James Black going to have to cut deep into his bench for Brabham, who's only has only scored 8 total points this season across 16 games. Looking for her first points since January the 15th. They've been held scoreless the last 4 contests. Jackson driving in. Out of bounds with 2:36 left. 14 on the shot clock for Columbia College. Quickly to Webb for 3. Saved by Wells. Into the hands of Brabham. Loose ball falls back out to Wells. 2:24 left in this first half, and that will be a shot clock violation. Columbia International looking to battle back here today for their 10th win of the season. Meanwhile, Columbia College looking for just their 4th win on this year's campaign. Thompson, with her first bucket tonight, ties the game up at 26 all as we approach the 2-minute mark. Wells jumper not there. Webb, though, corralling the offensive rebound, spinning right into Linebach for the contact. Mariah Linebach going to pick up her second. Team's 4th. Pair of subs now on the floor. Leinbach along with Quanika Howard stepping aside. It's Hatcher and Larissa Lee on the floor. Winter Webb, a 62% shooter from the free throw line this season. Her first trip here tonight. One for two, yet she still leads all scorers with 11. Larissa Lee, three ball up and off the mark. Wells the left side, too strong, but Webb's there for the offensive board. McQueen to snag the rebound, but she's fouled, bringing it down to the floor. Carnasia Wells going to pick up her second. Team's fifth. On the other end, McQueen going to get a trip to the free throw line. Jordan McQueen, the senior out of Columbus, Ohio. Two for two on the trip. That gives her 4 points tonight with 1:20 left in this first half. Meanwhile, Columbia College looking for their first made basket in over 5 minutes. They've had 7 consecutive turnovers. Wells driving up and off the back iron. Larissa Lee, the guilty party, picking up her first and fifth team foul. Wells stepping to the line, shooting 68% from the stripe this season. 2 of 5 here tonight. Brabham grabbing the offensive board. Now second chance points are at stake. Wells three ball off the mark. McQueen tries chasing the rebound and saving it, but just stepping out of bounds. 57 seconds left on the game clock. A fresh 20 on the shot clock with Neat back out there for McQueen. Straightaway three ball for Brianna Sharp, and she knocks it down. The first made basket for Columbia College in over 5.5 minutes comes from the outside and re-gives the Koalas the lead. Up by 2 with 30 seconds left. 2 seconds separate shot clock from game clock. No longer. Denasia Jackson, back-to-back possessions with made baskets. On the other end, Lee foul by Brabham. With 16.8 seconds remaining in the half. Now the 16 foul puts Lee at the line for 2. Attempted just 7 free throws this season. However, she's made 5 of them coming into tonight. Lee, the senior out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 1 for 2 on the trip to make this a 3-point game. Now the final 15 seconds of the first half. The ball falls in the hands of Carnasia Wells. Wells with 5 to shoot. 3 ball up. And that is the end of the first half. Columbia College is held to just 2 made baskets across the last 6 minutes of the second quarter, yet still lead 32-29 over CIU. We'll take you into our halftime coverage and then come back for second half action. We return on the CIU Sports Network. Down here at halftime with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming. Coach, you're down 3 at the break. But talk about your defense there at the end. You hold them to just 2 made shots over the last 6 minutes. How can you carry over that defensive physicality into some offensive momentum?
Yeah, I think what we saw in our half-court defense was pretty good. I mean, they hit some shots late. Like you said, we gave up 2. But for the most part, we held them and we were getting rebounds and we were able to push it out. And even get to the free throw line, we haven't been as good as I want from the free throw line. So we just got to figure out how to capitalize on that. Like, we're getting stops, we got to turn it over and get it to made shots. So, I mean, we've taken 35, so I like that. We just got to make more.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll be back for more halftime coverage. We come back inside the Moore Fitness Center with Columbia College leading CIU 32-29 at the break. We'll be back for more second half action on the CIU Sports Network. We welcome you back inside the Moore Fitness Center for second half action here from Columbia, where the Columbia College Koalas lead CIU 32-29, beginning third quarter action. We take a look at that first half, and it was one that ended for both teams as an offensive struggle to forget. You look across the final 6 minutes of the first half, Columbia College held just 2 made shots where they gave up 7 turnovers. Meanwhile, Columbia International, not just for the final 6 minutes, but for the half as a whole, struggled offensively. Just 9 made baskets, shooting 25% from the field. Now Columbia College looking to extend that 3-point lead as they chase after their 4th win of the 2021-22 season. Outlet pass to Webb, who led all scorers in the first half with 11. Wells trying to get hot. Pinballs out her layup. Rebound snagged by Brown. In the corner to Hatcher. Now Neat on the drive. Shot up and through. Floater good for Zion Neat. Now with 10. The first Ram in double digits tonight. As she draws CIU within a point. Columbia International has led at just 1 point in this game when they were up 28-27. Hatcher the steal, wide open, off the window. 8:40 left here in the third. And Columbia International has their second lead of the night, just like that. Rams bring more defensive physicality, forcing turnovers across those final few moments, and they're starting out just the same. Hatcher going for the stave, bounced it off of Wells' foot, and it'll be Rams basketball once we return, as Columbia College can take a quick timeout. CIU on a 4-0 run to start the second half. We'll be back in 30 with you from Columbia on the CIU Sports Network. .19 left in this third quarter. CIU looking to continue their strong start here in the second half. So far, a 4-0 run has given the Rams just their second lead of the night. Howard, Brown, Trawick, Hatcher, and Neat. 5 white jerseys on the floor. Howard from three-point land. Quonika Howard getting her first points here in the second half. Now 7 here tonight, and the largest lead of the game for CIU looked to be a reaching foul. Instead, it's a travel on Jordan Morgan. Rams looking for their 4th consecutive made basket. Now an 8-0 run, trying to make it double digits. Back to back. Quonika Howard, a quick 6 points here in the second half, takes her to 10 on the game. And CIU a commanding 7-point lead. Howard poking it away, out of bounds. It'll stay Columbia College basketball. One substitution coming into the ball game for the Koalas. Peyton Brookover heading to the sidelines, as for the first time here in the second half, we see Danasia Jackson, who had 2 points across the first 20 minutes. Howard deflecting the inbounds pass, but losing her dribble. Poked out, though. It'll stay CIU possession. Hatcher, left side three. Brown, though, the offensive board, has it stripped by Morgan. On the other end, Wells, fresh off a 35-point performance against Milligan. With that bucket here tonight, she now has 7. 6:45 left in the third. Inside pass to Hatcher, poked out, and it's going to stay CIU basketball. One sub on the floor for both teams. Sharp to the sidelines, Haley Doctor in for Columbia College. Meanwhile, Hatcher checking out, Marissa Lee in for CIU. Now referee redirecting everyone and reversing his call as well. Will be Columbia College basketball. CIU up by 5. Backdoor cut to Morgan. Cannot convert from the left side. Meanwhile, Morgan hitting the deck is going to draw the personal foul. Her second, team's first. Lee trying to work out of traffic. Has it stolen by Donasia Jackson. In the corner for Morgan. Rattling out, Doctor can't contain the rebound. Brown's in transition. She steps out of bounds. And that'll be 16th turnover of the night for CIU. Meanwhile, they forced 15 turnovers of Columbia College. Just like that, 5-second call against the Koalas. Hannah Trawick back into the ball game for CIU. 5:53 left here in the third. Neat, Wilson for the travel. Going on the drive. CIU going with the man-to-man defense. Inside to Doctor. Still looking for her first points tonight. Hands it off to Morgan. Meets a double team. Passes over the top of the head to everyone. Brown nearly had the steal, but she was sailing out of bounds and had to save it. On the other end, Wells up with a layup. Carnasia Wells now with 9 points. Draws the Koalas back within 3. Inside to Trawick. Shot won't fall. Rebound snagged by Webb. Coast to coast. Winter Webb puts Columbia College back within 1, and we've got a CIU timeout after a Koalas 6-0 run across the last 2 minutes. We'll be back with you in 30 seconds here in third quarter action from Columbia on the CIU Sports Network. Five minutes left here in the third quarter. We have an exciting rivalry matchup here tonight. CIU leading Columbia College 39-38. You have more miles that separate these two schools than points right now, and that's not saying a lot. The two institutions just 3.5 miles apart here in the Midlands of the Palmetto State. Jordan McQueen fresh into the ballgame after the timeout. Can't convert on her first shot attempt here in the second half. Doctor the long two. Crashing the boards is Neat. Inside to Thompson, stolen by Morgan. Meanwhile, Webb can convert on the other end. In pursuit of the rebound, Lee steps out. Morgan, catch and lay in. Columbia College now on an 8-0 run to retake their lead, 40-39. Watkins fouled before the shot. Danasia Jackson picking up her second. Team's second foul as well. Newell Hatcher on the floor for Neat. Watkins lifting a three ball in the air. Thompson, the offensive board. This time, Kanaya going to drive hard to the paint. She's whistled for the charge. Excuse me, a block. Referee initially signaled charge. And then he's reversed again. Now the second time here in the second half, referee's changed his call the opposite way. Watkins will head to the free throw line as Jordan Morgan picks up her fourth personal and exits the ball game. Watkins, one of the best free throw shooters the Rams have, and 77% this season. Her first of the night just falls out. Watkins ties the game up at 40 and ends an 8-0 run for Columbia College. 3:45 left here in the third. Over to Webb. Trying to go inside to Doctor. Had powered through the double team. But she's fouled on the reception of the pass by Zani Thompson. That's her second, team's first. Wells, kick out to Jackson. Three ball up, too strong, but Danasia Jackson crashes her own rebound, and she'll get a chance at two free throws. Zani Thompson, now three personals for the freshman out of Seabrook, South Carolina. She heads to the sidelines for Hannah Trewick. Meanwhile, Larissa Lee checking out Mariah Leinbach onto the floor. Asia Jackson at the line, the sophomore out of Sumter, South Carolina. 60% from the stripe this season. Studying exercise science. Two for two on the trip for Jackson. Makes this a 2-point game as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the third. Watkins driving up and in. Arnasia Wells will pick up her third personal. Rams basketball on their own baseline. McQueen to inbounds. Hatcher inside to Trewick. Got a foul whistled against Haley Doctor. That's now her second. And team's fifth. Puts Trewick at the line for two. Anna Trewick's looking for her first points tonight. Only attempted one shot. Trawick, senior from right here in Lexington. Shooting 55% from the line this season. She goes 1 for 2 on her first trip tonight. Under 3 to play in the third. Columbia College up by 1 in this back and forth contest. Free ball too strong for Wells. And an offensive foul as Webb goes over the top in pursuit of the rebound. That'll be her first. And on the other end, we'll see Jordan McQueen get some free throw attempts with the Rams in the bonus. McQueen now with 4 points tonight. One sub in for Columbia College. Sharp heading to the sidelines. Peyton Brookover, freshman from Fort Mill, South Carolina, Nation Ford High School, back on the floor. She's got 3 points here tonight. Wells steps back into a three-pointer. Rebound poked out, and it'll be Rams basketball with 2:27. No, Columbia College basketball with 2:27 left in the third. All tied up at 42. Doctor on the inside, can finish. Watkins drawing the contact. She's going to head back to the free throw line. Carnasia Wells picking up foul number 4. If Wells fouls out of this game, Columbia College is going to lose a huge, huge piece of their offense with their leading scorer averaging over 18 a game. Here tonight, Wells has 9. As Watkins sinks the first free throw, we see Konika Howard check in from Madison Hatcher. Watkins goes 2 for 2. Meanwhile, Wells going to head to the bench with 4 personals. And Jordan Morgan, who has 4 personals of her own, check back into the game. Morgan has to be careful because if she fouls out, well, you would assume that Coach James Black goes back with Wells. It's one of the few guards left available. Watkins stepping out of bounds, looking for the steal. It'll stay Columbia College basketball. Leinbach going for the steal, knocks down Morgan. That'll be Mariah Leinbach's 3rd personal, just 3rd team foul for CIU. Columbia College looking to snap into an offensive rhythm in the final 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Just 1 for their last 7 from the field. McQueen whistled for the contact, just her first. Team's 4th. Leinbach out, Zion Neat back in. Off the hands of Doctor. Trawick be credited with the steal. Neat driving. Runner won't fall. She crashes her own rebound and grabs it. Out to Watkins from three-point land. Too strong. On the ground, bodies are diving. Jump ball will be awarded to Columbia College. CIU 44, Columbia College 42. In transition, Webb from the right side, up and one. Winter Webb with an opportunity to give Columbia College the lead. Zion Neat going to be whistled for the foul, just her first. And now with that being the 5th team foul from here on out, Columbia College going to head to the free throw line. Treywick out, Brittany Brown in for the Rams. Webb completes the three-point play and puts the Koalas up 45-44. Watkins has the lane open to the left side. She banks it in. Kanaya Watkins now in double figures with 10 tonight. The third Ram to hit the 10-point mark along with Neat and Konika Howard. Neat, three ball up, too strong. Offensive board grab by McQueen. Put back and one. Danasia Jackson picking up her third. Now Peyton Brookover going to check out for Brianna Sharp. McQueen 4 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. That one bounces out, but Brown, the offensive board, out of bounds. It'll stay CIU basketball. Nearly. Webb had the steal. $18 on the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Final seconds here in the third. It's a 15-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Watkins stepping out of bounds, heading for the basket. Shot clock's now been turned off with 22 seconds left here in the third. Rams up by 3. It'll be Webb who brings up the right side of the floor. Working against Watkins, she's fouled. That stops the clock with 15 seconds left. Watkins whistle for her second. Both teams in the bonus here in the third quarter. As Winter Webb, the game high 16 points, including 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Two for 2. She makes this a 1-point game. 13 seconds left. Watkins at the top of the key. Now into the hands of Neat with 7 to shoot. Driving with the right hand up and in. Zion Neat. Quick steal Howard looking for the buzzer beater. Jump shot off the mark to close out the third quarter. CIU up by 3. On ahead of Columbia College. Our score, Rams 50. Koalas 47. We'll be back for the final 10 minutes of this rivalry matchup when we come back to the Moore Fitness Center on the CIU Sports Network. We're in store for an exciting final stage of this rivalry matchup with Columbia College and Columbia International. 10 minutes left here tonight in AAC women's basketball action. CIU on top, 50-47 as we begin the fourth. For the Rams, head coach Daniel Fleming going to go with Jordan McQueen, Zion Neat, Kanaya Watkins, Brittany Brown, and Quanika Howard, the starting five of the fourth. Meanwhile, for Columbia College, it's going to be Winter Webb, Dynasia Jackson, Jordan Morgan, Brianna Sharp, and Nyla Jackson. Key thing here as Columbia College, a bad pass results in a turnover. Two players currently on the floor have 4 personal fouls apiece. That's number 24, Jordan Morgan, going on with number 23, Nyla Jackson. Each of them with 4 personals, having to play careful. Neat, straightaway 3-ball, pinballing out. But if you're either one of those, really on the if you catch yourself on the interior, you have to play it safe, maybe give up an easy lay-in to avoid that 5th and final foul. Morgan's 3-ball ties this game at 50. Watkins fouled on her pursuit of the basket. Won't be a continuation. Dynasia Jackson now picking up her 4th personal. Quick up from Howard. She'll grab the offensive rebound. The Rams now have 15 to shoot. Watkins slipping. Has to give it away to Quanika Howard. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Howard goes up with the right hand. Not there as Jackson grabs her 2nd rebound here in the 4th quarter. Quick whistle. Brittany Brown picking up her 3rd, team's 1st. One of the key figures heading into this matchup tonight was going to be how does CIU hold back the talented offensive output of Carnasia Wells. Columbia College's leading scorer at 18 a game. Right now, she's where she's been since middle of the 3rd quarter with 4 personal fouls. Wells here tonight been held back to just 9 points. Following the offensive foul on Jordan Morgan, that'll be her 5th and final foul, which brings on Carnasia Wells, who also has to be careful with those 4 personals. If she goes down, then head coach James Black is going to have to dig deep into his bench for a new guard. Neat now driving, floater up and good. Zion Neat now with 14 points to lead CIU. Wells dribbling through traffic, kicks over to Jackson. She has it stripped by Howard. 7:54 left here tonight. McQueen calling for it on the right wing. Everyone crashed the boards, but it's Columbia College who comes away with it in transition. Wells, free throw off the mark. Rebound poked out. It'll stay Columbia basketball. Niall Watkins whistled for the armbar. Her 3rd, team's 2nd. Watkins will head to the sidelines. It's Madison Hatcher back on the floor. 7:38 left here in the 4th quarter. CIU up 52-50. Sharp whistled for the travel. Now the 22nd turnover of the night from Columbia College. Meanwhile, they forced 20 turnovers from CIU. Brown, McQueen, Howard, Neat, and Hatcher, the 5 Rams out on the floor. Neat driving with the right hand up and in. Zion Neat now with a game-high 16 points. Quick steal from Howard. 3-on-2 underneath to McQueen. She's fouled, but will head to the free throw line. And prior to these two free throws, we see a Columbia College timeout. 7:08 left in the fourth. We'll take it with them. Rams up 54-50 when we come back on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center. 7:08 left in this fourth quarter. Columbia International up 54-50, ahead of Columbia College. Now Columbia College going to have a quick sub here. Danasia Jackson exiting with 5 personal fouls. Nyla Jackson replaces her. Two for two from McQueen makes this a 6-point game. But Danasia Jackson is now the second Columbia College player here tonight to foul out. Hatcher can be whistled for the reach-in. That's just her second. But also on the floor, you have 2 more purple jerseys that could see their nights end soon if they're not careful. You start with Nyla Jackson, who has 4 personal fouls. And on the other end, Carnasia Wells also playing with 4 personals. Hatcher, 3-ball up. Off the mark. Zion Neat going to be whistled for the foul in her pursuit of the rebound, her second, team's 4th. CIU on a 6-0 run as Columbia College has given up 4 straight turnovers. Looking for their first points in over 2.5 minutes. Wells now going to draw the double team, just having a lifting pass over the top to Webb. Battles through traffic before she's fouled. And that'll be the 5th team foul regardless of whether she was shooting or not. Put her at the line. Jordan McQueen picking up her second. One quick sub. Larissa Lee checking in for Brittany Brown. Webb stepping to the line. A great night for her. 18 points this evening, going along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Two for 2 on the trip, takes her to 20 points here tonight. Neat, straightaway 3-ball, you betcha. Zion Neat from downtown puts CIU up by 6 with just over 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Wells working up on Lee. Lee called for her second. That'll put Carnasia Wells back at the free throw line. Struggled here tonight. Had been shooting 68% on the season. This evening just 2 of 7 from the stripe. Up and through. Looking ahead on our schedule, we'll be back with you tomorrow night. Yes, a quick 24-hour turnaround as CIU will play host to fellow AAC foe Johnson. Coming up tomorrow night in both men's and women's action, with Danielle Fleming's squad kicking us off at a 5:30 tip-off. Lee, right side three, off the mark. 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. We've got a 4-point game in Columbia. Doctor at the elbow. Howard clears out the rebound. A big three-pointer from Quanika Howard. That could be a difference maker. Rams now up 61-54. Doctor fouled by Neat. Zion Neat's third personal. To put Haley Doctor at the line. Doctor shooting just 31% from the line this season, makes her first attempt here tonight. A Charlotte, North Carolina native. Now we see a lane violation that waves off the second free throw attempt with Nyla Jackson falling in. Neat fouled in the paint. 5:11 left in the fourth. Peyton Brookover picking up her first personal. And the fourth team foul. Next one puts the Rams at the free throw line. CIU up by 6. Quick inbounds to Howard, not there. Brookover the board. Underneath, Nyla Jackson. Poked out of bounds. It'll stay Columbia College basketball. Wells, three ball in the air, off the back iron. But Doctor grabs the offensive rebound. Out to Wells for three. And it's Lee who comes away with it. Now the 21st turnover of the night for CIU as Neats whistled for the travel. The Doctor heads to the sidelines as we see Brianna Sharp return to the floor. Jackson will pull it from the elbow and bank it in. Nyla Jackson with 6 points here tonight draws Columbia College within 4. Neat, three-pointer from the left side. Would have been big if it went through. Instead, Wells works up the right side of the floor. Wells' jumper comes up in a big spot. And we'll see a CIU timeout. 3:57 left in the fourth quarter. Rams' lead has been cut down to 2. We'll be back with you in moments on the CIU Sports Network. Under 4 minutes left in our fourth quarter tonight. CIU on top of Columbia College by just 2 points. 61-59 our score in this rivalry matchup. Jordan McQueen, Kanaya Watkins, Zion Eat, Madison Hatcher, and Quonika Howard, the 5 Rams on the floor. Meanwhile, for Columbia College, it's Nyla Jackson, Carnasia Wells, Winter Webb, Brianna Sharp, Peyton Brookover out of the timeout. Watkins on the drive is fouled by Brianna Sharp. That's just her first. But with both teams being in the bonus, we'll see free throws from here on out. Watkins here tonight, 3 of 4. On the season, 77%. First one off the front iron. This game has gone back and forth throughout the night, with both teams really playing a game of runs. CIU, their largest lead of the night at 7, came back midway through the third quarter. Meanwhile, for Columbia College, the largest they've led was back when our score was 10-4 in the first. Watkins 1 for 2 on the trip. Nearly Hatcher with a steal. Bookover, though, for 3. Off the mark. Jackson comes away with the offensive rebound. Wells can't convert the three-pointer. Neat's pass intercepted by Wells. Driving in, Carnasia Wells. Now with 15 points, makes this just a 1-point difference. Zion Neat with the easy lay-in. She has 20 here this evening. Bookover trying to find Wells. Taken out of bounds by Watkins. Linebach onto the floor. Hatcher heading to the sidelines. .244 left here in the fourth in a 3-point game. Wells trying to take the game into her own hands. Watkins going for the save. She steps out of bounds. Instead, she can cut the deficit to 1 with 2 made free throws. Jackson shooting 55% from the stripe this season, her first attempts of the night. Oh for 2 from the stripe is Jackson. Watkins, the left hand, up and in. Kanaya Watkins, a huge night for her off the bench with 13. Jackson can convert inside. The rebound is poked out by McQueen. 2 minutes left now here in the fourth in a 5-point game. Wells 3-ball, pinballs out into the hands of Neat. And it's Wells who comes away with the steal. Howard poking it out off of Wells, and that'll now be CIU basketball. Howard looking to fly into the lane. Instead, it's Neat who's whistled for the travel. Wells shot from the paint left short. And it's a tough time for Carnesia Wells to start falling cold from the field. Columbia College 0 for their last 4 and just 1 for their last 7. A minute 20 left here in regulation. CIU up by 5. Look, the last time these two teams met, CIU escaped with a 64-62 win on the road. However, Columbia College had 2 chances at the buzzer and couldn't convert. But with plays like that from Quanika Howard, well, you won't have opportunities at the buzzer. The senior had a chance at a 3-point play to push the lead up to 8, which would be the largest of the night. Indeed, she does just that. The Anderson, South Carolina product pushes CIU up 69-61. Timeout on the floor. A minute 10 left in the fourth. We'll be back on the CIU Sports Network. Just over a minute left here in the fourth quarter. Tonight, AAC women's basketball action. We're back in Columbia, where CIU is on top of their crosstown rival Columbia College, 69-61. A minute and 10 seconds left here in regulation. And out of the CIU timeout for the Rams, it'll be Watkins, Howard, Linebach, Neat, and McQueen. Meanwhile, for Columbia College, it's Wells, Brookover, Jackson, Doctor, and Webb. Webb, the long 2 left short. Neat saving the rebound out of bounds and put in the hands of Watkins. Under a minute left here in regulation. "27 seconds separate shot clock from game clock, so plenty to play with there. Howard's pursuit of the basket. Wells will foul her. Or no, excuse me. It's Winter Webb whistled for the personal, her 3rd. If that had been Wells being the whistled party, that would have been the end of the night for her. She sits now with 4. Howard, though, knocks down her first free throw. Takes her to 17 points on the night. Howard now with 18, just 1 shy of tying her career high set back in November. And Howard now grabs the rebound with the Rams leading by 10. She's immediately fouled by Winter Webb. She'll head to the free throw line. You look right now, Quanika Howard nearly having a double-double with 18 and 9 here tonight, including 3 of 5 from the stripe. First free throw will pinball out. Howard ties her career high set back earlier this season now tonight with 19 points. Webb going to drive in with 22 seconds left and get the lay-in. The Rams, though, coming up big, a 10-2 run across the last 2.5 minutes to solidify their 10th win of the season. In just the 2nd year under Danielle Fleming, the Rams continue to show strong future successes. 72-63, our final here tonight, a come-from-behind win for CIU. Down at 1 point in the first quarter by as much as 6, able to battle back and take down their crosstown rival Columbia College here tonight by 9 as the Rams lock up a 72-63 victory. They improve to 10-13 on the regular season and 8-10 in the AAC with a big conference win. Meanwhile, Columbia College falls to 3-17 on the regular season and 3-16 in the conference. We'll take a short break and be back with you for Rams postgame. We'll be joined by not only head coach Danielle Fleming to recap her squad's landmark 10th win of the season, but also we'll sit down with tonight's star, Quanika Howard, 19 points, 9 rebounds to go along with 7 steals for the senior. We'll be back to close it out in moments when we return to Columbia on the CIU Sports Network.
Well, Elaine?
For the most part, I was happy with the effort.
We can talk about Zion Neat's 20-point performance. Just seems, though, like another day at the office for her. Quanika Howard, nearly a triple-double.
Yes.
19 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 steals.
Yes.
Not only her offensive impact, but also talk about the impact she made on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I thought when she came right out, she hit those 2 big threes, and then she got not only that, but was still in the ball and everything. So she did great. I told you at the beginning of the game, she's kind of like my calm. I get real riled up sometimes, but I get real calm when she's in a game. So she did a great job.
Coach, you're right back here tomorrow night. A quick turnaround, but another big conference matchup.
Yeah.
How can your team kind of parlay this into back-to-back wins?
Let's just start off like this, how we ended this game. Let's just start off like that. We don't have time to be going slow and sluggish and slow starts. We got to get right into it. So hopefully when we meet Johnson here, we can kind of continue on this fourth quarter into first quarter next game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Rams get the win tonight, 72-63 over crosstown foe Columbia College. We talked about Zion Neat having 20 points tonight, a terrific night for the sophomore star, but tonight it was the senior, Quanika Howard, 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 steals for the squad that at one point trailed by 6 in the first quarter to come from behind and get the 9-point win. Now, going to be joined here by Quanika, nearly a triple-double tonight, 19, 8, and 7 steals. You were obviously feeling it. What was clicking?
I think it was our teammates. You know, they was moving the ball and they was getting me open. They was driving and kicking. It's what Coach been talking about for the last 2 weeks.
big one here tomorrow night again against Johnson. You guys trying to work your way into the conference tournament, get a good seeding. How can you parlay this into back-to-back wins?
Do the same thing that we did tonight. We need to get ball movement. We're missing our leading scorer, so everybody needs to step up and help out the team.
How important is it for you as a senior to step up and kind of showcase that to everybody else? Say we're banged up right now, Tania's down, Madison Ferrara's out right now. For role players to step up and make impact.
It's very important. You know, we need them. We're trying to make it to the tournament because, you know, it's probably like 7 seniors left, so we're just trying to go out with a bang.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, that'll close us out here tonight inside the Moore Fitness Center. The Rams sweep their crosstown foe, Columbia College, this time with a big 9-point victory. Now, I'll be back with you tomorrow night for both men's and women's basketball action in AAC play as both groups will take on Johnson, beating with the women, tipping off at 5:30. Until then, from all of us here on the CIU Sports Network, my name's Kate Crenshaw. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. And as always, remember to smile.